Hello everyone, Michigan Railfan 57 here. You may remember a community post I made at the beginning of the year saying how I wanted to branch out and railfan new locations. Well, in early January, I decided to try one of these places I had never railfanned, which was Romulus, Michigan. Romulus is at the crossroads of the NS Detroit District and the CSX Saginaw Sub, my local subdivision. The NS Detroit District has some good action, with several NS trains and even some CPKC trains using trackage rights. Combined with the decent activity on the Saginaw Sub, you can catch several trains here pounding the diamonds. I was not alone on this trip. I was joined by my good friend Thatmish Railfan, and albeit the cold, windy, and snowy weather of January, we had a fun time catching trains here. Anyways, let's begin. We set up at the Goddard Road crossing on the CSX Saginaw Sub first, as all signals for NS were red. We were greeted by a parked manifest in the siding. However, it had a crew, so we knew something was coming. Soon, we heard chatter on the scanner and got a notification from the now-gone Plymouth Trains app. It turned out that CSX I-151 was on its way. This made sense why the manifest was stopped, as I-151 is a priority train. About 15 minutes later, I-151 arrived, with a very fresh CM44 rebuild on the point, and a track geometry boxcar as well. Sure enough, after I-151 cleared, the manifest got clearance and came through. This was M510, which today had a UP Gevo trailing second, and a very unfriendly conductor.
Yeah, he did?
I don't know.
After laughing at the fact we were flipped off, me and Thatmish Railfan got back to waiting. And wait we would, as the next train wouldn't show up for a good 2 hours. Yes, while there are several trains here, there are also lots of dead periods. We eventually heard that a southbound CSX grain train was on its way, and it sure took its time getting here, as apparently there were clearance issues up in Wayne on the Amtrak Michigan line. Anyways, he would eventually arrive with a very boring lash-up of 2 DC Gevos. After he cleared, and still no traffic on the Detroit district, we decided to take a break and go get some lunch. Once we returned, there was another lull in traffic, but eventually we noticed a light on the Detroit district. Finally, all these trains on the Saginaw sub I could have seen at my normal spot. Time for some new trains. Except for the fact that I heard a K5HL on the Saginaw sub, meaning that yet another CSX train had to pass. However, this time we set up near Shook Road so we could have a view of the Diamond. This CSX train was an autorack coming out of Wayne, which I believe was M209 with yet another DC Gevo on the point and a CM44 trailing.
It's probably an autorack coming out of Wayne. Too far away to see.
Once M209 cleared, it was finally time for the NS train to come by. This was NS B71, a local running from Oakwood Yard in Allen Park to Milan, Michigan, with a very unexpected and special leader running Longhood forward. I could not believe this. NS 1067, the Reading Heritage Unit, was leading this local Longhood forward. This was my first NS Heritage Unit, and to see it leading Longhood forward definitely made this catch way more special. It certainly made up for the unfriendly crew from earlier today. However, after this train cleared, we had to leave, as me and that Miss Railfan both had things to do later in the day. Overall, while not the busiest day, I still had a blast here, and I will definitely be coming back in the future. From catching track geometry cars to a UP Gevo with, and even the Reading Heritage Unit, this was a great outing to a new location. Thank you all for watching. This is Michigan Railfan 57 signing off. Have a great day.